Welcome to Wentworth River Lots. This is the west branch of the Wallace River. We have two 15-acre riverfront lots. Each lot has 367 feet of frontage. Water's quite low right now. We're just coming off a massive drought in the month of July. It's August 2nd, but it's an amazing river, exceptionally private, tons of wildlife, tons of recreation, canoeing, kayaking, tubing, or just enjoying the privacy of your own river. West branch of the Wallace River. So this is the lot survey for the two Wentworth Valley river lots. You come from Hunter Road, which has a fork in the road. Palmer Road goes that way, and this is Hunter Road, which is designated a unmaintained county road. And Hunter Road runs right to the river. There's an old bridge here. At one time this used to traverse across the river, but basically you come in off the number 4, take Hunter Road down, and you can get right to the river. So the two river lots are both 15 acres, lot 1 and lot 2, and both have 367 feet frontage on the river. Super private. There is a 1-acre cabin here and a 5.4 acre cabin here, and then my cabin is further downriver, and that's about it. Very, very private. This is the west branch of the Wallace River. Great for canoeing, kayaking, tubing, great trout fishing. Also, it is a salmon river as well. The two access points, so there is a common lot line, and we'll see a little bit later on, but there is quite a ridge along the river. But the nice thing is both of these lots have a landing area or a plateau area, which give lots of different options in terms of what to build. The zoning is agriculture, which means you can build two premises, two buildings on per lot. And you can see that there's a tentative place for a cabin. Obviously you can build wherever you want, closer to the road, closer to the river. But these locations, which are in the circle, are tentative cabin locations perched super high on the ridge with an incredible view, and then designation for septic area in front of the cabin. So this is Hunter Road, which again is designated a county road, but an unmaintained road, which means it's not plowed in the winter. So on my left, everything you see on my left is actually River Lot 1. And straight ahead, we bump into the river and what's left of the bridge. And we're just walking towards the joint property line between River Lot 1 and 2, and we'll take that to head into the properties. So we're now at the boundary line between River Lot 1 and 2. So everything that you see on the left is River Lot 1. Everything that you see on the right is River Lot 2. The forest cover changes quite a bit. As you can see, this is a younger forest, probably harvested 20 to 30 years ago. And as we get closer to the river, obviously it's never been harvested, so you're going to see lots of very mature softwood and hardwood, some spectacular trees. These lots are very, very private. Lots of wildlife. Hopefully wildlife is a positive, but on the walk this morning already, I've seen bear scat, coyote tracks on the road. The blueberry fields certainly, and raspberry canes around the blueberry field certainly service the bear population. But I've been in here quite a few times this winter. An amazing number of rabbit tracks, which of course brings bobcats, coyotes, and I also spotted moose tracks on this property, which is an uncommon sighting, or not too frequent sighting. But what's interesting about both of these river lots is you're going to have options on where to build. Either out in this area, close to the road, convenient to the road, then perhaps sitting area, camping area, bonfire area, closer to the river, or of course, just build the road in and have a beautiful cabin overlooking the river. So I'm now standing on the perch on the ridge. It's a beautiful ridge, runs all along the river. So again, to my left here, this is River Lot 1. You can see through the canopy the river, and to my right is Lot 2. Again, both 15 acres, both about 370 feet of river frontage, and you'll get a closer look as I head down the hill. But as you can see, there's a nice plateau for both lots, and that's why I chose this section, as it gives you all kinds of options on where to build a cabin close to the road, close to the ridge. And importantly, you couldn't build down by the river because of spring flooding, but in terms of a little sitting area, place to launch your canoes and kayaks and store them, awesome swimming pools, many different options. So just on our way down to the river, but I wanted to give you a feel for the ridge. It's, it's quite steep, but amazing old growth. This is a big old maple tree. You can see big poplar, big birch, big softwoods. River straight ahead. Just to put into perspective the size of the old growth trees all along the crest and along the river, because they've never ever been harvested. So this is a big old maple, few trunks, and right beside us we've got some birch, and that's an elm ahead. Golden birch, where we came from. Incredible. So I'm right on the dividing line of Lot 1 to my right and Lot 2 to my left, standing on the riverbed, and just exactly where I am, there's fresh raccoon, deer, and bear tracks along the river's edge. So this is August the 3rd. We are just coming off a massive drought, basically no rain in all of the month of July. So the river is incredibly low. At springtime, the water would be up to the base of those larger trees, covering this landing area. And I'll go up and down the river's edge to give you a feel, but as you can see, the ridge is relatively steep, but down here at this point, there is a nice landing area for both lots, or I call it a landing area, call it a plateau, but in season, there's a nice, really nice area to sit and enjoy right on the edge of the river or in the river, right on a corner. And this is a nice holding pool. You can see over here, beautiful holding pool for fish, but also a great swimming hole. Again, we're very, very low on water. So canoeing and kayaking in the month of kind of mid-July and forward until we get into fall rains would be difficult. Well, couldn't do it, but certainly a beautiful river to enjoy. This log hanging up on that rock would give you a good indication of how high the water gets in the spring. So that would have been pushed up the spring on the corner. So, I don't know, 4 feet, 5 feet higher than we are currently. Some branches, we got some riverbank beavers, some fresh cut. Very peaceful corner. So again, this is right on the property line between River Lot 1 and River Lot 2. Property line is just up there. You can see the orange flagging tape on the tree. Gorgeous area to hang out. So just heading up river now. So this is all River Lot 2. There's the fresh friend prints on the bank today. Somebody down for a drink of water, and I saw some clam and mussel shells, so raccoons had a bit of a feed. So give you a good feel for how steep the ridge is. Just some beautiful, beautiful trees along here. Super private, super quiet. Standing on the other property line for Lot 2, you can see the bridge over the river, or what used to be a bridge over the river, just up ahead. So the property loops up behind this ridge, comes out up here. We don't have a flag down here because it's so steep, but I'll show you from the top. And so all of this wooded area is part of Lot 1, and then obviously the river frontage down around the corner quite a bit is the 367 feet of river frontage of Lot 2. Just working my way up along the river bank on River Lot 2. You can see just at the corner is the lot line. You can just barely see the flagging tape in the tree, but that corner is basically the dividing line between River Lot 1 and River Lot 2. For the most part, the river does freeze over in the winter. A couple open spots on high current areas, but I've walked the length of the river from the bridge down to my property in the middle of the winter, and tons of animal tracks. Actually followed a bobcat right in this area. He just went up on where the the red clay on the corner is. So tons of wildlife. Heading in off Hunter Road into the northern property line, or first property line of River Lot 1. You'll see on the map that Lot 1 has some designated, I did a wetlands study. You'll see on the map for Lot 1 there are some designated wetlands. This is one of them. And as you can see, what I learned is that designated wetland actually isn't the presence of water, it's the type of soil composition. There is definitely some water that makes its way through here in the spring, snow melt on its way to the river. But as you can see, this is crispy and dry. So we're kind of bordering the blueberry field. It's just in there. We actually follow the two sides of the blueberry field and then head a straight line through the woods to the river. Now coming up the side of the blueberry field, or I guess it would be the back of the blueberry field. So blueberry field is to the left. Everything to my right is River Lot 2. Okay, we've now reached the corner. So basically we've flanked the blueberry field. We're now heading in to the river. Basically follow this for a bit and then take a bit of a 45-degree angle towards the river. So everything that you see on the right is part of River Lot 2. Younger forest out here, more mature as we get closer to the river, but really good young forest with some nurturing. Can be incredible. There's tamarack, spruce, white birch, yellow birch, poplar, maple. I did see some elm. You can see that the property to the left was harvested quite aggressively, and you can see clumps of maple regrowth. So, and here's some young maple here. So this would be an awesome young forest wanting some care and attention with lots of upside in the future. So here's our corner. Take the corner and head straight to the river. And what we'll see about this lot is once we get closer to the river, the property line actually follows that big ravine that I showed from the river view. And there won't be water running this time of the year, but in the spring there's a beautiful waterfall that runs through there. You can see much more maple in this section of the Lot 2. So everything to the right is River Lot. Sorry, I said 2. River Lot 1 is to the right. So we're at the top of the ravine on River Lot 1. And again, dry as can be this time of the year, but in the spring there's going to be water coming through here. And that's why that other area is designated a wetland. Spring runoff. And this is this gorgeous little ravine that runs right to the river. And this is basically the property line. And then as you get to the river's edge, there is a nice drop and a nice waterfall. I don't have a video of it, but I have some stills that I'll try to insert. So I'm up on the ridge of River Lot 1. That's the ravine down there. You can just see a couple survey markers down there, but basically the lot line follows the ravine. You can see the pitch of the edge of the ridge here. Hopefully you can see the river straight through there. But again, this farther lot line is a little difficult to navigate your way down to the river, and that's why I set up the joint property line where I did. So it'd be the lot line between 1 and 2. Much smoother slope down to the river, and then lots of plateaus to access at the river. But in terms of a view, this is pretty spectacular, pretty peaceful. Nice breeze coming through on a very hot August 2nd day. Hope you enjoyed the tour of River Lot 1.